Improbable rears up from the plain, standing tall in the rarefied sky. Once we crawled along its base, it seemed these cliffs could never be climbed. Unattainable heights they tower above, drive the bravest man to give up. You know it has been scaled before, but how? Can you tell me, do you comprehend? Look around the other side, and you will reach a distant land. Who would have thought that you would find a gradual ascent? Travel each on their own going on. So rest while others struggle. At the top you will find perfection. It's a place you might never see. Maybe at a different time chance brings opportunity.
Hey, what's up, YouTube nerdizzles? Hey, people love me. Facebook is going crazy! Apparently. So, issue number 2 of the Ironman Amp Simulator in-depth, I bore you to death videos. But, seriously, I always have to repeat myself. What's up with you're talking too much? Of course I'm talking too much. hey, I'm not getting paid for this shit, so I can talk as much as I want to. Also, if you're interested in the sounds of the pedal, you've just had 2-3 minutes of playing with some beautiful pictures that I took. Direct and into the Sir Badger 18 with this puppy. And then you've had a whole track of different sounds with the pedal. So if you're interested in the pedal sound, shut it up right now. I mean, shut it up. No, I'm supposed to. No, turn it off right now. What's the point? You know, if you don't want to hear me talk, stop it. Right now. Anyway, we're looking at the Joyo Ironman Amp Simulator Rushing Train. Someone pointed out to me it might be trying to sound like a night train from Vox. It's definitely the Voxy kind of type sound that we're going for here. So that means, piercing high end, very clear crystal. And I describe the sound as being very lean in the mids, and then people go like, no, Vox has a lot mids. First of all, shut it. And secondly, that's all depends on how you see it. For me, mids are low mids or like MIDI mids. What are MIDI mids? I'm talking about 300 to 900. Okay? Of course, it has a lot of mids, and that's high mids. It has a lot of, 1.5 to 3, 4. That's not high end, that's still high mids, and that's where that piercing sound comes from. When I'm talking about mids, and I have to, sorry I didn't say that before, I'm talking about the creamy warmness, which, frankly, Vox isn't really known for. Now, this thing can do a lot. It actually is, excuse me, I gotta run and show you. It's kind of based on the idea that they did before, which is the True Tone series, and there they had the AC tone. AC, we know where we're going. And these were, of course, based on an American company's pedals that had a direct out option. On those pedals, you actually could turn off the amp simulator completely and go straight into the amp. But they're also 7 times the price of this. This is a great pedal. Check out the video. It has a lot to offer. The lead sound of this is out of this world and priceless. Seriously. So we now have these amp simulator pedals in a very small form. What we're sacrificing, I gotta reach over again. What we're sacrificing is the 3-band EQ. Everything else we have. We have the level, the voice, and the drive. Now the voice used to be described as the further you are on the left, the more you have, the older your amp is, and further to the right, the amp is getting more modern. Now they're describing the voice as kind of like a mid-contour, which is what it was here too, but it kind of had that effect. Also, with the voice, the more you crank it up, the more gain you get. So work with the voice knob in conjunction with the drive, okay? A little bit leaner in the mids to the left, fuller in the mids to the right, but also more gain. So they work together. Now we only have a tone knob, which is kind of like a high-end roll-off, and no 3-band EQ, which was very nice. So if you want more tweakability on your pedal, go for the older ones. If you want really small, really cool looking, and you don't need that much tweakeroony, the Ironman series is for you. Now they come, as you've known, as you know before, if you've seen my videos, they come in a beautiful case, kind of feels like you're unwrapping a little, ring, a diamond, or, I don't know, penis stud or something, I don't know what you buy. Jewelry, that's what I'm talking about. So, and in there, which I love, I mean, not a lot of companies do that, and I want to think that they're doing that because I suggested that. I'm not sure. I told them that at the Frankfurt Music Show that they should do that. It comes with a rubber base from 3M, so high quality adhesive, and a Velcro base, perfectly cut to fit the pedal and still give you access to the screws. Now that's nice. In that price range, nice. Okay, we looked at the controls. We already said what they do. Of course, the pedal is so tiny it needs 9 volt. Power supply, no battery inside. And it has a built-in amp simulator. Now let me say this. I didn't know that before about the other pedals, and I put them straight into the amp, and it sounds perfect. The fact that it's already frequency corrected to give you a speaker sound doesn't mean that it can't sound brilliant in front of an amp. Now, in the intro, you've heard the direct sound, and it is acceptable. At the end of this video, I'm going to cut in something, the part of the video I did where I compare all of them in the direct sound, which you can find on my channel. And you can see how it sounds direct. You can see how it sounds direct EQ'd a little bit. Then you can see how it sounds direct with an extra cab simulator on top, which I would recommend to really roll off those piercing high-end sounds. And also in context, which as soon as you put it in context, the direct sound is actually pretty nice. Now, if you're used to a good tube amp, this is not going to be a solution for you. Sorry, it is not going to be. Because you're used to the dynamics and all that. And of course, a pedal for, you know, $50, $60, whatever these cost, is not going to give you that. But it is a great solution for going into rehearsal, going straight into the console and saying, hey, I'm playing this just with my Joyo rushing train. Or a quick demo recording without hooking up microphones and all this. So you hear that at the end of the video. I got the request before to test these directly in the effects loop of an amp. So going around the preamp and going directly into the power amp to see what that sounds like, because it's pretty much a preamp in itself. And I'm not going to do this here because I did that for the clean glass and it sounds pretty shitty. It kind of sounds similar to what it sounds like when it's plugged in direct, just going through a speaker. So, anything else we haven't covered? Direct into the power amp, not a good idea. In front of a tube amp, great idea. Direct, pretty good idea if, you know, you want to save, you don't want to carry things. Wanted to say that. You can't see that. It's pretty freaking hot here, so you might sound you might hear some whirring. And I have a fan on because otherwise my balls would sweat like crazy. And who wants ball sweat? You know? Ball, Sweat and Tears, wasn't that a funk band? I think that was a funk band, Ball, Sweat and Tears. So, testing today. Whoa. Did you get coffee? Don't watch my videos without coffee. It's wrong. Hello, Bruno. Bruno came in. So, we're testing today with an LSL. Thank you, Ludwig Klüngelhofer from LKG-Guitars.de. I forgot to say that on the last video. He's got all these on stock. LSL T-Bone. It's a telly. Pretty much as good as it gets. And also to give you the humbucker sound so that you guys don't whine. You tested it with humbuckers. Could you please do single coil? And if I do single coil, the humbucker guys are like, yeah, but you don't test humbuckers. So don't bitch about these videos getting long. It's your fault. Comment fault. Okay, and we got a PRS SC250, which is gonna knock the living shit out of the thing. So we're gonna do both. But we're gonna start with some nice stuff. If you're looking at the pickup switch, it's reversed for reasons that no one understands. This is going into the rushing train directly into the front of the Sir Badger 18, which is going into the 112 speaker, loaded with the warehouse speaker, Veteran 30, 8 ohm. And that, well, in the effects loop, I got my board here, with some Strymon stuff and some other goodies. You know, some Joyo, some Milos Popovic, but we're not going to test any of that. And that is being mic'd with an SM57, hey, cheapo mic, but oldie but goodie, and an RM700, which is a very inexpensive, about €89 ribbon mic from Thomann. And both of them are going into the Universal Audio 4710D preamp, which is going into the Fireface 800, going into Cubase 7.5. Anything else? Some wanted to know how I edit my videos. Final Cut Pro on a Mac. I got a little bit of spring reverb in there. Should I leave that in there? That's from the Strymon Flint. I'm thinking we should leave that in there because, you know, that's just nice. Just a tiny little bit. So let's check out the clean sound in the front. And we're gonna click. Now, excuse me. When you turn this puppy on, there's a pop. Something with the... Someone explained that to me. It is a problem of these pedals. They do plop rather loud. Now, if you're in the middle of your set and you're hitting the one and you're hitting the pedal at the same time, I highly doubt anyone's gonna hear this. If you engage it in between playing, you might not like it. It is a problem of the pedal. Can't do anything about that. Oh, thank you, Joyo Audio UK. My God, I gotta thank so many people. You know what? Screw you people. No, thank you! I mean, hey, David Grant, pretty damn cool guy, starting up Joyo distribution in the UK. So if you want your Joyo pedal and you're in the UK, go to Amazon there, or actually local dealer and say, hey, you got Joyo? Call David Grant, he's gonna get it for you. So, really cool guy. I play the same shit every time, don't I? There's the plop. Let's repeat that. The Joyo logo lights up. Come on, that's cool. You immediately notice that some of the warmth is going away and some more bite and clarinet. Some clarinet. Clarity is coming in. So at that setting, you know, kind of lower settings. Let's look at the tone so we get that out of the way. Hey, nice! So we're gonna start by cranking up gain at the voice setting that we're on it right now. Apparently, you do not play Billy Talent and, keep all your strings. String broke, next guitar. That's what it sounds like with the Tele. There you go. Nice. That's what it sounds like. Oh, let's stay at that setting and see what happens if we push it a lot more. The beautiful blue guitar. Okay, so what happens is with the voice knob relatively far down, you get a big ass crunch, but you'll never get that high gain. So we're gonna reverse it now and see what happens. I'm gonna go to like a single coil, semi-single coil sound here, which is both of them active with the back in single coil. Very nice sound. You notice it gets fuller in the mids, already gets warmer, and still a nice crunch sound, but completely different than what we had before. That's a great sound. And again, you immediately, meaning right fucking now, notice that it's very flexible. From very clean sounds to really, really, really cool rhythm sounds to a very high-end lead. This inexpensive pedal, I sound like a catalog, can actually deliver. So I'm going to show you lead. Okay. Never muddy, never... It's always there. It's exactly what I expect from a great lead sound. Seriously. And let's roll back and see what we can get from the same pedal. Single coil, humbucker, whatever you want. Think Joyo's got another winner. Spoiler alert, not all pedals in the series blow me away. Frankly, this one of my two favorites. So, now we're gonna go into the direct demonstration, because you've seen me enough. And you can see what you can expect from any kind of direct recording and what you can do with some processing. And then I will see you, as they say in my hood, on the flippity flop. Whatever that means, I don't know. Bye. Straight on. So, as I said, if you're interested in a specific pedal, skip to that section. There should be content at the beginning of this very long video. Okay, we have now the rushing train. Is that correct? Yes, we have the rushing train, and the rushing train is a AC or, Vox type amp, so very nice cleaned but also crisp distortion. And we have the direct signal here again, and as I said on the clean glass video, this will be excerpts from it but with EQ and a little bit of room. This is the VST amp rack, this is the guitar rig, and here the Ocean Way Studio from Universal Audio. But we're gonna go through that. So here is the completely direct signal. Okay, I'm sorry. Here we are again, just using a little bit of 10K roll-off by about 10 dB with the Millennia EQ, and we're adding a little bit of room, and that's it. So we're just taking those spikes, those fizzly spikes off. Let me show you. And this is what it can sound like.
now we're going to the VST amp rack. That is Steinberg's Cubase is built in amp modeler, and as I said before, we have no amplifier on. It is simply the cabinet, nothing else. Okay, and let's go to British because we are modeling or simulating a British amp. There we go. That's all we're doing. Really not bad. Now we're doing the same thing with Guitar Rig from Native Instruments. And instead of the American speaker here, we are picking, of course, a British 212. V72, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, so we just pick that. And whatever setting it is with a little bit of air from the room, and that's it. Of very different sounds, but all going in the very clearly British direction. So we're back at the Ocean Way now with the 112 and the V setting, which means, you know, we have an M and a V setting. The V setting will give you a Voxy kind of 112 sound. Okay, and here we have a backing track, again by itself. And now we're gonna smack some power chords on top of that. Direct in neon green, and here going through the 112 setting of the Ocean Way to show you the difference. Very nice. As you can see, very, very many options you have to post-produce those amp simulators, add some more speaker simulation on top of it, a little bit of room, a little bit of EQ, or just use it by itself, and, you know, maybe that's a sound you like. I think it's a little bit too direct, but whatever floats your boat, as they say.